Hello, hello. Thank you for joining
Hello.
mostly Mondays for one Monday new start. Yes, new
Hmm.
beginning. So we're going to be talking about a topic that I think a lot of people have too many points of view and judgments around, and that is, you are here to learn lessons, aren't you?
Mhm.
Lessons, and everything is a lesson. So just one thing to be clarified: if you consider yourself an infinite being, there are no lessons to be learned. Wouldn't it? Okay, just ask the question. Would an infinite being have lessons to learn? And from where are you going to be mapping it? Because you're an infinite being. You've been here a zillion lifetimes in zillion bodies. So you're functioning from that point of view that you have lessons to learn? Just wait a minute. Let me add people. And what if there was nothing to learn anything from anyone? What would that look like to you? What would your purpose be on planet Earth then? And what is the meaning of being here on planet Earth? And we all kind of dying to have a meaning and a purpose, and you just simply die then because there is no purpose, right? So first of all, everywhere you're not acknowledging that you're an infinite being, and you made yourself more finite than anyone else because you think you have a body, so you need to be finite. Can you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, power, for grind, short boys, for bad and beyonds. So, um, a zillion, million, whatever lifetimes that you've been coming here on a planet, uh, so do you not think that you've been there, done that? You've had all these lifetimes that you were rich, you were poor, you were mean, you were very helpful, you were greedy, you were everything. You've been there, done that. Do you acknowledge it or not? So what are you still holding yourself up for that you have to learn something? That you have a lesson to learn from something that happened over here or that got created here. So would you really have to learn a lesson? Is that even true? Yeah, I mean, see, the whole thing is you can be less conscious. And when you're less conscious, obviously, that is where you think, I need to learn my lesson because you're not being conscious enough. Otherwise, you could be more conscious and then you have nothing to learn. So, where are you not choosing to be more conscious in your life? Hmm. Or should I say, where are you loving your unconsciousness so that you have to keep learning your lessons and keep telling people, I learned something from this. That is why, this got created or I created it. So, all the darkness that you create, all the lows that you create, from which space are you creating? Consciousness or unconsciousness? Yeah, and everywhere you're choosing to be unconscious, right? And by me saying you, I'm not saying that I'm excluded. I mean, it's about us. We all are doing something or the other, which is creating that space. You can access absolute brand new awarenesses. Now, that doesn't mean that you're here to learn a lesson. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, Moksha.
So, can we attach this learning lessons to with karmas? Like, people say that karmas, because of the karma, we have to go through the sufferings and all.
Yeah, but that's what an interesting point of view has been given to us, and that's the electromagnetic of karma. Because lifetime over lifetime, or trillions of lifetimes, we don't know how many lifetimes we've been given this information that it's your karma. What goes around comes around, and you have to suffer. And because you have to punish yourself, now it's become your point of view. So if you do something bad to somebody, quote unquote bad, and now you have already decided that something bad is going to happen to you, who's creating that bad? You. But if you've done something because it was required in that moment and you don't even think about it, and it's just an energy, and would the karma really hit you? Answer is no. You're not a criminal till who is not muting themselves. Please, when you join in people, please can you mute yourself? That'll be really kind to other people. So So it's like a criminal is not guilty till the time he admits he's guilty. So you feel guilty for a lot of things, and not just guilty, regret, shame, all these beautiful emotions we have. And then we create the karma. See, I did this to that person, that's why I'm suffering. Or in that lifetime, okay, even if you do your past lives, I mean, nothing against, I've done hypnotherapy. You know, there are other people also very good hypnotherapists, but you you ripping your mind is what I would say. You're ripping your mind apart. Okay, forget rape. Rape can have some consequences. Ripping your mind apart on a lifetime where you think that you would have done something that you are paying off in this lifetime. Does that even make sense? Does the karma theory make you feel light or heavy?
So Kavita, can I share something personal?
Yes, but okay, tell me, do you feel you are being subjected to your karma and that's why you have to suffer? Does that make you feel light or heavy?
So it's heavy also, and this is said by many people. Again and again, I'm listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my husband's business, and his cousin brother only in the business. His business partner ditched him. Like, he did a big cheating, big fraud,
Yeah.
and it's been almost 1.5 years, more
Mm-hmm.
than that, and still we are fighting for that thing in the court. And so now, people surrounding us, they say this is all karmas, or to
No,
make us
that's
feel
exactly.
light.
See, yeah, that makes you feel lighter or heavier further.
So when people say it feels like, now see, if it is my husband's karma, then why we all are suffering? Like being a wife or my kids, all of them are suffering because there is some kind of shifts happening due to which we cannot. Of course, when there is a financial crisis, you have
I'm just
to.
telling you.
Uh,
I'm Zoom.
You have, wait. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
yeah, so
So,
you have.
as a family, have you taken oath or a vow that when everyone's happy, we're going to be happy. When everyone's sad, we're going to be sad. And so let's participate in the sadness that is coming along. What else is possible? How else can you, what more can you do to change your current reality with the finances that are creating the so-called karmic reality for you? Is that even true? Is karma really creating that, or is it a choice that you've chosen that I have to be sad and I have to be because others are unhappy or distressed, so how can I be happy? It's a point of view that we take. See, being happy or unhappy is a state of mind. It's got nothing to do with the karma thing. And kids can be really quick at learning this. You are thinking that you think life is a linear reality. Is it linear?
No, of
Everything.
course not.
So what exactly? So what we are doing is we're calling it a cause and effect. This was the cause in some lifetime, and now you're reaping the benefits, or the, I mean, it's going bad for you in this lifetime because your the good thing is over, now the bad thing begins, or whatever that is. And then this is the time when you go to an astrologer or a fortune teller who will tell you that, hey, you know what, these planets are really bad and these planets are really good, or whatever that shit is. And then you again bind yourself with that information. So if you were genuinely following the energy, what will this create? Okay, if this has showed up and he's really, somewhere we kind of trusted that person so much that, this kind of a reality has showed up. What if it had nothing to do with karma? And what else is truly possible now? Rather than sulking and sitting there, is there a change or a shift that is possible and can be created? What is it? What can I do with it?
I'm
Can I change it? So can I change it?
So I'm aware that the change is coming. So, somewhere there's a fear also with that, that whatever change will come, will we be able to uh, be happy with it?
No, you would
You
not
know,
be happy with it because you've chosen not to be happy because you're questioning your happiness. Everything that is, just let that go. Yes, you will be. Okay, change
yeah.
is intimidating. Change is different. Change is like when I had my long hair and I had to cut them short, I was like, oh God. But then I started liking it. Okay, it took a while to kind of get accustomed to the new look. It may not take time because if you have a point of view that change will take time, Your point of view creates your reality, so you will take that long. What if you did not have to even think that this is okay? We're just probably entering a new era of our lives, and that's how it is. What if you did
Okay.
not have to suffer? What if your family or kids, nobody had to suffer because you're like, hey, okay, what do we have today? Because if you can't be happy for today, you are definitely signing up for a sad future. It's about today. It's not about what showed up yesterday. It is not about what can show up tomorrow. It's about today. What do you choose to be today? Who do you choose to be today? So it's about what awareness did he gather, or you as a family gather, and it's what if it was not about lessons to be learned? And what if it was about accessing more consciousness? And okay, where did I give up my guards? Where did I check out? Where did I trust them so blindly that it came as a shocker that this person did this to me and he seems to be a brother? And everywhere you think that blood is thicker than water, all those sayings, anybody can do anything. Everything that brought up, can you destroy and create? Right, wrong, good, bad, purple, line, short, boys, for bad, and beyond. Oh, you're my brother. I will trust you with my eyes closed. Bullshit. Where do you give up your awareness? Oh, you're my husband. I know you're never going to cheat on me. Really? How cute are you? And if you don't cheat on me, I'll cheat on him quietly. You know, what rubbish. I mean, what are you doing? Stop it. Yeah. So what awareness did you get with this kind of an episode that showed up? Where do you need to step up? And how much of your consciousness you could be choosing that you are actually refusing, but believing that you have lessons to learn here. And are you truly willing to access more consciousness in your life? And what would that look like? You know, a lot of times we feel, oh, I had to part with my money so that I could get my family and, you know, bond with my family. Okay, fine. Your point of view created your reality. I had to go through this so that I could appreciate life. Why the fuck can't you appreciate fucking light rather than going through that darkness so that you can appreciate light? Do you really need the darkness to appreciate light? You just need the capacity to appreciate. You don't have to go through darkness, right? It's not mandatory, but we made it so. Oh no, but then you will not be able to appreciate light because you don't know what darkness is. Really? So I have to become poor, and then when I'm poor, then I will have the money, then I will value money more, or I'll become a miser that I don't want to spend my money. What are you talking? What crock of shit is that? Yes, Ritu.
So this comes a little bit from what you've already discussed in one of your calls on electromagnetics and karma. But, you know, when we talk about out creating our family or not being able to do that because of reasons ABCD, how does one sort of explain that? Or
So
not being able to out create?
Yeah, so everything that you're choosing in the first place to not go beyond them. There would be subtle binding forces that you would have kept over there that you are not willing to or go beyond them because deep down you know that I won't be able to stand or withstand the change if I go beyond my family. Or maybe you feel that I'm not smart enough, I'm not, I don't have the courage to go beyond. It's not about you not being able to. There's nothing. See, if you're put in a situation, it's only because you know that you can go through it, and you can. You will not be given anything if you know that you can't handle or deal with or go beyond. So forget that. Point is, I'm not choosing to go beyond my family because, and I have my reasons and justifications for why I can't. All your excuses that you have in place. And that is, there is nothing wrong if you're not able to or you're not willing to. Would an infinite being not be able to do anything? No, that's not true. That's a lie. So all the lie
So
is that you've locked up. Yeah.
So if we, of course, I'm not questioning the fact that we are an infinite being, but why would one, and uh, at the end of it, it's the same set of people, right? Even if it's like a billion infinite beings,
Yeah.
it's the same 1 billion infinite beings
But
getting
how many of
recycled in some
okay,
way
right.
and coming back for another life,
True, very
right?
true. And how many truly believe they are the infinite beings that they are? How many people are even aware of it? How many people are choosing to go beyond that and use their capacities? How many? And what if you could allow that dynamism to come out, the fun levels to come out, that I am the infinite being and I can choose anything? First of all, it has to be here. You have to
Mm,
first start acknowledging that you are that.
mm,
When initially when I started Access, there was this metaphysical group that I used to be a part of. So one of the old ladies said, yeah, but it is so infinite beings. You see, we are not the infinite being. And for once I felt so, and I asked one of my facilitators at that time, she like, but what if you could just acknowledge you are and then see the magic? And trust me, that showed me the magic. So they're still there and I'm here. So that is the difference that I'm talking about. A lot of people
mm,
will come and tell you you're not God. Truth. What are you aware of?
mm,
You are, I mean, I would simply say that you have the same elements that come from the source. You are the source, and you have the information, a drop of that information in you. Now, what do you make use of or not is totally your call. But first, start acknowledging. You see, if you start trusting yourself, the trust levels start enhancing. If you start doing gratitude to yourself, the gratitude levels start enhancing. So it's about you. First step is to start acknowledging that yes, this is me, this is who I be, this is who I am. If you keep saying, oh, I'm so stupid, now that energy will start expanding. The minute you say, you know what, I'm too intelligent, even at the cost of sounding arrogant to people, she's so arrogant, she just keeps saying that she's so good. Yeah, but you are. And why should you not claim it? The more you start claiming who you are, that starts expanding. You really need to learn lessons. And can you not do without doing the lessons? And there must be homework also, because you're doing the lessons. How many of you like going to school? Definitely not. My hand will not go up. But there are some people who like to go only because they can meet their friends there. It's not about the studies that they're doing, right? What if you like to be here on planet Earth with people around, which you don't like, but you don't mind hanging out with them? But what if there were no lessons to learn? And if you could get your mind out of that and like, wow, this is a new thing that showed up. Okay, this person can be an asshole. Wow, I just saw it today. And not make an issue out of it. Like, oh, so now this guy is teaching me how to deal with assholes, right? So what fun can I have now? Okay, yeah, I had to pay a huge price for it. So things that you went to a Harvard University, paid for a course, and you've come back now, more, with more awareness, and not get into a judgment of how people are really tricky, they're stupid, they're asshole, they're mean, they're greedy. What? Yeah, they are all of that. We are all of that. Okay, the entire universe is in us, but you have to acknowledge that you are the power source. And you are the one who cannot totally overcome yourself. And who has the power to stop you? You. Nobody. Not your family, but you have given your power to them. So technically, it's your power stopping you. Nobody else does. And nobody can ever stop you from doing anything. But you stop yourself all the time. So how, what do you do with that? So every judgment you make of you, how do I hate me? How do I judge myself? Or how do, in all the ways are available to you that you can count. You're really good at it, by the way. You know how to kind of demean yourself and make yourself lesser and stuff and all, right? You can find ways, that I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb. And you'll have a list of places where, because I can't calculate, so I'm really bad at that. I didn't do this, so I'm really not good at it. English, okay, sometimes I'm okay, but not really good at it. And then you'll have a list of things that you're not good at. That's a judgment that we're talking about. So everywhere you just find reasons to judge yourself. So, okay, what are you not willing to know, be, receive, and perceive, etc. That lessons have to be learned, or you have given it a lot of form, structure, significance, and you've been entrained over lifetimes in all the electromagnetics and AI that gets you back to where you started from, so that you can keep proving your power when you already have acknowledged that you have no power, and so that you keep talking the language of this reality and never create a language that works in your own reality for creating your reality. Will you let that go now? Destroy and create it. Right, wrong, goodbye, perfect line, shorts, voice, provides, and beyond. Yes. What? Somebody was saying something? Radhika, you had your hand up? Yeah.
The beautiful awareness came to me when you talked about we make choices and then we have these hidden agendas for not creating how we stop our life. Because I was just going back of why in the last 2 years the financial things are not working for me to the way I know I can and to the
Yeah.
potential I know I'm capable of. But I
Yeah.
realized that because of the changes that happened during COVID time, I've kind of put my life on hold and trying to become a better mother or a good mother. So my daughter needs me. So it's an either or universe I've started working out of. So I need to spend
Yeah.
time with her. So because I'm spending time with her, I can't create money. So it's an either
Wow.
or I'm out right now
Yeah.
operating out of. I like to get out of that.
Either or. So would an
Universe.
infinite being choose either or? And Access talks about what if you could add more to your life, not subtract. But
Correct.
we very, very conveniently will give either this or that. Either I can go to Dubai or I can attend this class. But I can't go to Dubai to attend that class. I mean, a lot more that you have in your space and all the agendas that you have.
Yeah.
So what if you could just set yourself free and not make it significant that, yeah, I'm aware of a lot, many things. And somebody else was also having a question. So what's the value of having a totally scripted life, what fun are you not willing to have with the choices you are making so that you can have a more, like a fun life that comes around? And with this, Moksha, one more thing, could you not listen to what's coming out of people's mouth when you are quiet, like when you don't talk? Okay, when you just listen to what's coming out, and you will realize that people are telling the same stories over and over again. They love their victimhood more than they love choices. They love the agenda that I can be taken care of if I kind of tell my story to people. So you have to be aware and you have to be present with everything. Most people are giving you a script that they think is most saleable. And I was doing that in the initial part of my life as well, when I was like, okay, I'm a single mother and this and that. And I loved my story. I really did. I thought, I've done a fantastic job of creating a story. And people would give me that attention and they would give me extra money till I realized I got bored with my own story. And then people stopped giving me that extra money. So now I had to find something else. And I created that. But where are we not willing to get done with our story? And if you're not bored with it, it's okay. We'll continue for some more time and not make yourself wrong for that. And then choose something else. That, okay, if I was not telling a story, what would I choose? Who could I be here now? And trust that you don't have to learn lessons. This is not a lesson. It's just you experience something because you're like, wow, I'm enjoying the drive, and the music is so beautiful. And you banged with something, but you should have kept your eyes open, right? You could have enjoyed it in a different way. And then now you realize that I should have kept my eyes open while driving. That's all. We love to trust people. There's nothing wrong in that, but you need to trust your knowing more than you trust people.
I think it also comes back to the point where very simple facts of how relevant we make something and how much significance we give to something. Like
Yeah.
the example, an accident is just an accident, you move on. But if you make it
Yeah.
significant, I should have done that. They told me I can't drive well. See, now I had an accident. So those are stories we then buy into and
Yeah,
live.
totally. We just love to buy those stories and, make ourselves wrong. And and that's where we are saying, what if you did not have to? What if you did not have to, get caught up in a story, not even your own? Because that's the way people control you and tell you that, oh, you shouldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. Okay, how many people are scared of getting into a relationship because they're like, oh, because I've had a past and because this, and they recreate the similar pattern or a loop. We love patterns, by the way. We don't like solid prints. No, there are no prints in solid clothes. Okay, so we like those patterns. And we're like, okay, let me make one pattern here, one pattern here. With money also, we're creating patterns. And we're like, okay, what would it take for you to change that? It's okay. Or then don't judge your patterns. Trust me. I created beautiful pattern. I just like wearing patterned clothes. Yeah, okay, fine. Why should you judge that? I recreated the pattern. Yeah, okay, cool. Amazing, aren't you? You can still do the same thing in a new way. Having the old wine in a new bottle. Wow, it tastes so good. It's familiar. A familiarity that will bring in. What if you still did not have to judge it? What if after doing so much of awareness work, energy work, you still create the same thing? Could you not judge yourself for that? I mean, we have classic Gary being Gary. He's like amazing because first time he got married and he's like, no, this didn't work. Second time he got married, he asked for something and he forgot to ask for something else. And then he got married again. I mean, 3 times. And then he realized, no, it doesn't work at all for him. You need to see what works for you. And still not judge yourself for lessons to be learned. Because
So
I
normally,
know that,
whenever, sorry, Kavita. So
no,
whenever all
continue.
this such things happen, you just ask this question that why did this happen to me?
Exactly. That's
It's
the
very fast, first question that comes in your mind.
Yeah,
Or
and why
you
is
ask.
not a great question because why will keep you round and round in circles, and also why me is a very poor me victim story that we kind of come to a conclusion, and yeah, it is because that's how we've been entrained. That
So,
you made a mistake. What if I'm saying it's not a mistake? And there are times when we lose a job when we're actually done with it, and we end up creating a scenario where we lose a job. We're not really enjoying the dynamics there. I do get that in that you probably put in your papers well in advance, so you don't even get your gratuity, your PF or whatever, and the company kind of took it, in place. Like a classic example of Jet Airways, they were like all of a sudden it just shut down. So people who were working there for more than 25 years did not even get their gratuity. It just showed up. Okay, what next? People, what next? People at such higher levels who have their monthly EMIs going on, they had to go and get another job. Yeah, and forget about the 25 years of so much money going down just because the company went down, right? Would you stop your life there, or would you be like, okay, now what?
so Kavita, when this happens on, like
First of
every
all,
5 years or every
happens.
7 years, then
Yeah, no, wait. So every time you say it happens, if nothing happens, we created either from unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, or consciousness. So nothing happens, first of all. And the next thing is if you're living in a looping pattern, because after every 7 to 8 years, there's something that will come up and you're back to where you were. And usually, when we do not acknowledge the growth that we have experienced, we are not patting ourselves that, wow, I created this. You have to go down to a zero to acknowledge that, hey, I can be a hero again. Okay? And you're talking about your patterns. We've had major stalwarts, veterans in the different industries who created that pattern. What is it that you're constantly loving about your pattern? What familiarity is there in that pattern? Would you love about being at the bottom and then rising from there? As if you know, you have to touch ground zero in order to be the phoenix. What if you didn't have to? Okay, now what else is possible from here? And okay, fine, I've still touched ground zero. Cool. So what can I do here now? What is it? What can I do with it? Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? What more is required? What am I not willing to be present with that would change this entire reality? And what if it's still not a lesson to be learned? What awareness am I getting with this? Like when Gary was doing a business, access business, and there was this school they wanted to open for people, for kids and everything. And they pumped in a lot of money in that. And after 9 months, they just shut it down because one fine day Gary felt that there is no energy to it and we're not doing it. And there were millions gone in that. Millions. And he did not make himself wrong, and nobody dare to ask him, why did you do this? We did so much of it. He's like, no, we're not doing it now. Next. And it's like throwing a chewing gum. Why are you throwing a chewing gum? I mean, you can give 10 reasons that, okay, the juice is over, or it's too chewy, or whatever, but you just don't like it. You're just throwing it. Now, next. So, yes, if your husband or you as a family have a pattern of creating, and then stopping, and then limiting, and then coming down, because, you know, when people see you grow, maybe you are uncomfortable that people are watching you grow. So you're like, hey, see, I'm just like you guys. I like to be on ground. I'm so down to earth. So are you trying to maintain the down to earth capacities? What if still there are no lessons to be learned? What if you did not have to make yourself wrong? What if you did not have to judge you or anybody if such a scenario shows up? And simply keep asking, what more can I do from here? And every, you know, those 10 seconds of unconsciousness that created this, whatever your reality is. So what choices am I not making? If I choose to make that, if I'm not, stop refusing myself from making those choices, who could I be today? And still not make yourself wrong. You know, there's so many times that when you do all these spiritual activities and consciousness and stuff and all, and you lose your temper on your child or your parents or whoever close to your partner, and they're like, you're doing so many things and you still not gotten over your anger. Yeah, right. Ain't I cool with my anger? I'm so cool. And you know, I like my anger. Oh, yeah, you or you know, somebody still judges you. You want to sit like a queen and do nothing. I'm glad that you've identified that I'm the queen. The queen does nothing anyway. Where are you not willing to claim your capacities?
But just hold Casper.
So would you allow yourself to be that potency and be that intimidating? Not see, we first of all, we have to be okay with it because we think we are not worth it. I can't do this. I can't is more relevant or more believable than I can.
Yes, Kavita, this is life. Thank you.
Yeah. And so what if you were probably asking yourself or making a demand from yourself to now outcreate your own reality? That what can I contribute to my family today now? Right? So thank you for weekly ones, mostly Mondays. And we're going to be meeting next Monday with a beautiful topic, which I've forgotten. Wait, I have written that topic. I tend to forget because there's so many things that are going on. And so looking forward, anybody would like to join a body class in Ahmedabad? The dates are shifted to 1 to 3 March. 1 to 3 March. Yeah, that's about the changing of your past realities with your bodies. Of course, you're doing Bombay body class 9, 10th, 11th. And that's it for now. I mean, I don't remember what all. There's so many things that are actually going on. I didn't do this call to make an announcement, but I still thought I would. What would you like to have next week? Relationship or money? Oh no, oh fat. My title is ready. Inches and you. You don't want to talk about your inches? Okay, let's do bodies. Let's do it.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
in-
let's do bodies.
Let's do inches.
Inches.
Oh my God, this fat. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
and I would like to talk about it, but after shedding 12 kilos, you know, it's fun to talk about
Wow.
inches. Your
Good.
inches.
Now you can talk about our inches and not your inches.
Yeah,
Not
I
your
know,
inch.
right? Yeah, so it's about the judgment I can be now. I can be a judgmental bitch with you guys, Then look at the fat on your cheeks. Even if I could be judging myself, oh my God, I'm looking so skinny. Yeah, I could be judging that too. And a lot of people are judging me for that. You look so skinny now. I said, yes, that's because I was using that tool. I don't want to be skinny.
Oh,
And
really?
I will talk more about it in the next call. Thank you so much for attending
Thank you
this
so
one.
much, Kavita, for
Thank
your
you.
contribution.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Kavita.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye.
And
Bye.
please, relationship call.